Hello there, and welcome to my channel, Novice Modelling in a Midlife Crisis. My name is Andy, and today we've got two kits in front of us. One is the IBG 172 scale 72564 IAR80 Early Gathering Storm 1941, and the second one is a Sova M SVM 72012 IAR81C. However, Sova M do also do an IAR80 also. The point of this video basically is just to have a quick look at the two kits that I actually have. This particular one is actually on my build bench at the moment, so it will be completed sometime in the next week or so, hopefully. So yeah, we're doing a comparison vid, so we're just going to have a look at these two kits. And the general idea here is not really to sort of criticize any particular kit in particular. It's just to give you guys a kind of a brief look at, what you get for your money. Now, this particular kit is a new release from 2024, so this is going to be bang up to date, you will obviously assume. And I think I paid $22.99 for this with free postage, so it's kind of on the expensive side for a 172, I suppose, but it does come with quite a lot of fun parts. This IAR81C, I actually paid $21.99 for this with free postage, so to me it was a comparable price, although I did buy it several months ago. Price wise at the moment on eBay, you can pick these up in the region of sort of £16 to £21, so you can get it cheaper or you can get unstuck and pay the same price for it pretty much. So first thing we'll have a look at is just have a look at the instructions. So we've got the IBG and the Sova M. Like I said, the IBG is a far sort of superior and modern kit, so you can expect it to be better. But I mean, it's just a case of having a quick look. Now, the IBG comes with a very, very detailed cockpit interior, as you can see. That might not be your thing, so in which case you might want to go for the Sova M version. But if you are into sort of heavy on the detail, this is probably going to be the one to go for. I mean, the first two pages of instructions are purely dedicated to the cockpit interior. And then we move on to the actual assembly of the aircraft itself. I'm not too sure whether I like all this sort of pictures of the detail here. It kind of makes it a little bit sort of bitty and kind of confusing when you look at it. But all of these sections, all of these windows do seem to be quite easy to follow with not too much going on at a time. So it should, even for a novice like myself, be relatively easy to put together if we take out the engine and the cockpit interior. Now, as you can see here, we also get a very highly detailed engine, which also comes with a photo etch part here, which requires obviously trimming out and dealing with. You actually get, like we've seen previously, really good pictorial on how to paint up your engine. And moving on here, again, we just basically go to the actual finishing off of the aircraft, a couple of photos and some painting diagrams, which are nicely coloured, so they should be quite useful. So there we go. So the Sova M, which is actually based on where's my notes gone? There it is. It's actually based on an A model kit from 2009. So I'll just go through the actual history of this. This was originally produced from a new tooling in 2009. With A model, it went through a load of reboxings and reboots. Sova M took it over around about 2017. I'm assuming that's the full range of IAR80 and IAR81, which is the one I have. There was also a issue of it by a company called Park Models, which is PARC, in 2009, and a issue by a company called Hobby Park by 2019. I have no experience of those. I've never actually looked for them or seen them, so you might be able to get a sort of cheaper issue from those, perhaps. The instruction sheet for the Sova M again comes with some nice colour diagrams to aid you with the painting. We get a sprue diagram here. We get more colour diagrams on this page, And almost as an afterthought, we get onto the instructions. Now, like I say, this is a, it's a more basic kit, so don't expect the same sort of level of detail in the cockpit and the engine. As you can see, the cockpit here is kind of like, just sort of the seating area, cockpit console, and some detail on the sides. And the engine, again, you've got two main pieces of engine to go together. Stick the propeller on, stick it in, and that's it. So it's very much the style of a sort of regular kit that most people are used to. So there we've gone on to section 5, and we've also, we've already completed the fuselage and the interior and the engine and the propeller. And here we move on to section 6, where we're going to put the wings on and the tailplane. And on section 7, we're going to put all the other bits in. So, yeah, maybe, as a novice, I should have picked my 81C to do first. Aren't I a bit dumb? So, moving on to the parts and sprues, just to give you a sort of basic idea of what looks good and what don't. I mean, we're just going to forget about the interior for the cockpit. If you want to have a look at that, you can have a look at one of the subsequent videos or the what's in the box, just to get an idea of what you're getting. But we're going to try and concentrate on the exterior of the aircraft, because at the end of the day, that's generally what you're going to look at. So on the dark grey one, which is the IBG, you get a lot of nice detail. You've got a lot of panel lines. You can see multiple rivet marks, possibly some little storage compartments as well. The the Sova M, as you'd expect for being a slightly more older kit, doesn't have the same quality of detail. Doesn't really, it has a little bit of flash on it as well. So there you go. I mean, you can see here, you've got some decent panel lines, you've got some decent basic detail on, but this is a kit that's kind of, it's shown its age a little bit, but at the end of the day, for someone like myself, or someone that's a sort of mediocre level or medium level with kit building, this is still a really, really nice kit. You can see on here, you've got rivet marks as well. So there is attention to detail here, and I'm sure when this is put together, when I finally get around to doing it, it'll look like a nice little kit. And you have detail on the imprinted detail on the interior of the fuselage as well. The panel lines are recessed, they're not standing proud, so that's a good thing. Looking at the wings, this is the Sova M again. Again, you can see you've got a lot of nice looking detail on there. Lots of little compartments for arming our cannons, I imagine. But again, the detail on the IBG is going to win with this one. It's much more pronounced. You've got what look like fuel ports here for refueling, which you do get them on the Sova M as well, but they do curiously seem to be in different positions, which is kind of interesting. It does appear we've got fixed machine guns on here as well. That's the IBG. Looking at the engine, these are the parts in these little sort of wheel things for our engine on the IBG kit. Moving along here, so you can see you've got a lot of detail going on this one, whereas this is the sort of standard two sort of engines, and stick them together, stick the propeller on, throw some grey paint on it, and job's a good one. So there we go with that one. Can't see the, seem to have misplaced the temporarily misplaced the clear glaze parts on the Sova M, so I can't really compare those for you. But on the IBG, you do get multiple options. You can do it closed with this part of the fuselage already attached that you need to paint, or you can have it open with these two pieces here. So hopefully those clear parts will turn up at some point. Oh well. So there we go. That's all I've got for this particular video, apart from to say Nodosh, which is cheers in Romanian, because I'm drinking my Carpathian single malt whiskey, which is a little bit too expensive, but it's rather tasty and warming, shall we say. good for these coming winter months. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be building this one over the next few days. So we'll be uploading a couple of build vids for it, and we'll be getting back to our finished kits that we built last week, which are still in the process of being painting. I've been procrastinating a little bit, and that's all we've got to say. So please do like and subscribe, and please do check out some of our other videos. If you haven't seen the full what's in the box for this, or the other 3 options of kits that we had for our little Romanian week, please do have a look at those. Like always, be seeing you.